Good afternoon. I've just come off a call with a guy wanting some help with adding an ensuite into a HMO, so I thought I'd do this quick live to just to explain a few bits and bobs that you might consider when you're doing them viewings. So an ensuite, when you're adding an ensuite, particularly to a mid-terrace, the thing that's the biggest consideration is is the waste, is getting the waste out of the property. So you can see on that image there, that black pipe. Can you not see that now? So this black pipe over here that hopefully you can see my little pointy thing pointing at. That's the soil pipe, the soil and vent pipe, the foul pipe, the shit pipe, whatever you want to call it. Soil stack comes with many different names. And that's everything, all the waste in the property, all the toilet waste, that's what it goes into. So you've got to find where that is. Usually on a mid-terrace, it's at the back. So if you're looking at a floor plan where you're trying to add ensuite to the front of the property, you need to know that you can get that waste to the back of the property so you can get it into that pipe. So what that pipe does is takes your waste down the black pipe and into the public sewer, which you can see on this drawing here. So that orange pipe that's running right to left or left to right, depending on which way you're looking at it, is the pipe that's going to connect to the sewer in the street or outside of the property. So we're getting waste this black pipe and into here. So a couple of things to look at when you're deciding on whether you're going to add that ensuite in is, can we get the ensuite, the toilet, onto the outside wall, the same wall at which that soil stack is at? And if you can, it's going to be a relatively straightforward job. You can just toss a hole into the wall, mount your toilet, and the foul pipe can go straight out into the existing soil stack. So some of the things to consider with that soil stack, if it's made from cast iron, for a start, you're going to need to consider replacing it for plastic so you can add in another branch in order to make your new connections. You can't connect new modern plastics into old cast iron. We can, but it comes with great difficulty and pain, and it's just as easy to change the stack itself. If you are putting in more than one additional toilet, you're going to be needing to consider an extra soil stack, so another connection into your manhole, that is, or into your drainage run at some point. On this particular diagram, you could put one further up the property or further down the property, but it needs to be not going into this same pipe. So you're adding in another connection. Also, if it's on the same wall as the stack, you've got a really straightforward job. If you're going to be adding ensuites to the front of the property and the stack's at the back, particularly on the mid-terraces, it's going to affect. You need to look at how we get that foul to the other side of the property. So can we run it along the wall and box it in? Can we lift floorboards and lay it into the floor void between the two floors? What's going to dictate that is which way the joists are running. So if you're going front to back and your joists are running left to right, it's going to be really difficult for you to get the waste out through those joists. So in that instance, you're going to need to consider dropping the ceiling, forming a false ceiling, and running the waste pipe in that void. And then again out the back. If you do make that decision to drop your ceilings and create that void, some of the other things that you need to consider when you're doing that is, have you got room to do it? So is there the height in the room to do it? If you're going to be losing sort of 6 to 8 inches on your ceiling height, is that going to make the room too low? Is it going to infringe on the door head? So if you've got the door that's coming into the room, you need to consider, have you got enough gap between the head of the door and where your ceiling is going to be for your door to still be open freely? Same with your window heads. Is it going to infringe upon the window when you're dropping that ceiling? Some other things that you could do. The last resort is obviously macerators. I wouldn't recommend putting them in. They're just a pain in the arse, and something you've got to service and the block up. No nightmare. I wouldn't put one of them in. What else did I want to just run through? What else did that guy ask me? Oh, can you actually see that? You can, yeah. So that image there, this is off an old post. I'm showing you this here. That image there is what Anthony Boyce did in one of his. So he's dropped the soil stack in the room below, and then he's boxed it in. I hope you can see that. Can I make that bigger? Can I do that? No. Yep. No. Never mind. I thought I'd be able to do that, but no. So now look, where's that thingy all gone? There's Anthony on it. I need to show you this now. There it is. Come on, big. There we go. So that boxing in there, you can see they've ran a soil stack, sorry, a waste pipe inside that box in the room below. So what's probably happened there, I'll probably catch up with Anthony on this at some point. What he's probably done is, rather than drop the whole ceiling, he's just kept it tight to that wall and just boxed in that area and made it look nice. Save some money doing that as well. I think that was all I wanted to go on about. What else did I talk about with that guy? I think that's all. That was all. Right, okay, hope that was helpful, and I shall see y'all soon. Ciao.